Today I'm going to be taking photographs for an e-commerce brand. It is a golf company called Putt Light. This is their product right here. Golf tees in the shape of a beer bottle, and they've hired me to take photos for their website. I will show you a little bit of what they're working with now. As you can see, these photos are just not really looking good. You can see the crop is off here. You can see the glare in the plastic packaging. I want to show you how I would do these photos here in my spare bedroom slash studio office. So I can already tell that we're going to run into a few issues with this packaging. Like I pointed out on their website, the plastic is gnarly. It's going to show up in these photos. Luckily, I'm not going to be shooting at an angle like they did. I'm going to try to shoot them straight on. I am thinking about possibly taking the plastic off. I've got a whole stack of these golf tees, so I have plenty of boxes to work with. Some of them are not in the best shape anyway, so I would have to utilize the best boxes. That way they all look fresh on the website, like even this one has a bent corner. But it is to be expected working with products. Not everything's going to look perfect. You have to work with it and make sure that it looks clean in the end. First thing we got to do is set up the office. So I've got this handy table on wheels that I will wheel around this wall that I like using. That looks good. I'll show you what the table looks like. This is my go-to desk for product photography. One of my favorite things about it is that it goes up and down manually, but also has a wooden butcher block style table top that comes in really handy for certain product shoots. One of my other favorite things about it is that it has these drawers, which have some of my tools and other equipment that I might need in the middle of a shoot or while I'm working on other projects. So the first thing I'm going to get set up is the backdrop, which is just going to be white on white. So I've got some poster board that I can lay down on the tabletop, but also on the back wall, and then set up the key light, which will be this strip box, probably without the grid, and then we'll add in some fill. We can either angle the poster board paper like this, or another option is to place one in the back here and then one on top. So I got a couple more things set up. Key light, backdrop. One thing I'm having issues with, which I will show you. So you can see the glare of the plastic, which I just think looks bad. I also think if I removed it, it wouldn't look odd or anything. It'll just look like it's clear. I think I'm gonna do a test one on a box that's already damaged. This one has a tear in it. These back in. No glare, but does it look too obvious and weird? I have decided to shoot them individually. I think they will both come out better this way rather than trying to shoot the tee and mess around with having this next to it. Not even staying up. So here we got the key light set up, the Aputure 600D on a strip box, casting plenty of light. As you can see, it's really bright. So at this point, I stopped filming, but I will show you some of the images that I came up with and how I composited them in Lightroom and Photoshop. I've got an image pulled up right now in Lightroom, and I'll show you the edit that I did with a before and after. And then from here, along with the ball of photos that I edited, I pulled them into Photoshop. And from here, I just cut out each object, which I'll show you how I did that with Select Subject. which is a lot easier than it used to be. Command J to make a new layer, and then I'll just pull this over into the main project. And the same thing with the T, as you can see here. I made a little bit more work for myself as well, having to clone stamp this arm out, but it really wasn't too bad. I'll also suggest getting a clean plate. This is just a photograph without anything on it, just the background that I used for the main project. So another detail that I'll point out is the shadows. With the shadow, it creates a bit more depth, so I'll toggle that on and off, and as you can see here, the shadow disappears. Throw that back on, and I think that looks a lot better. And again, this is another shadow behind the box that was a real shadow from the original photograph that I took. So this is the final image all cleaned up. So thanks for watching. I hope you learned something today, and I hope to make more of these, so subscribe if you'd like to, and I'll see you on the next one.